There is a place on Earth where the night sky exists underground. A place where thousands of tiny lights shine in complete darkness. At first, it looks like stars, a galaxy hidden beneath the surface. But these lights are alive. This is the Waitomo Glowworm Caves, hidden beneath the rolling hills of New Zealand. This underground world feels like stepping into another universe. As you enter the cave, everything begins to change. The light fades behind you. The air becomes cooler. The sounds of the outside world slowly disappear. And then there is only darkness. A kind of darkness that feels deeper than night, heavier, more complete. And just when your eyes begin to adjust, you look up. And suddenly, the ceiling comes alive. Hundreds of glowing blue lights appear above you. Then thousands, spreading across the cave, like a living constellation. It feels infinite, like you're floating beneath a galaxy. But this is not the sky, and these are not stars. They are living organisms, glowworms, small, delicate creatures that spend most of their lives in this exact environment. Their glow is not random, it is precise, intentional. A chemical reaction inside their bodies produces a soft blue light, a cold light, different from fire, different from the sun, almost otherworldly. But the purpose of that light is not beauty, it is survival. Each glowworm hangs, thin, almost invisible threads from the cave ceiling, sticky strands that stretch downward into the darkness, like traps, like fishing lines. The light above draws insects toward it, flying closer, closer, until they no longer realize what they're approaching. And then it's too late. They become caught in the threads. Struggling only makes it worse, and slowly, they are pulled upward, consumed, quietly, efficiently. A system that has existed for thousands of years, hidden in the dark, unseen by the outside world. It is beautiful, but also unsettling, because what looks peaceful is actually a trap. And that contrast is what makes this place so powerful, because your eyes see something calm, but your mind begins to understand what's really happening. The cave itself adds to the experience, formed over millions of years by water slowly carving through limestone. These tunnels stretch deep underground, smooth walls, echoing chambers, narrow passages that open into vast, hidden spaces. Water still flows through the cave today, dripping, moving, shaping the rock even now. It is a place in constant change. Even if it feels completely still, visitors often travel by boat through the glowworm chamber, floating silently through the darkness. No engines, no noise, just the gentle movement of water. And above, the glowing lights remain steady, unmoving, watching. It creates a strange sensation, like being suspended between two worlds. Above you, a sky that shouldn't exist. Below you, dark water you cannot see. And around you, silence. Total silence. The kind of silence that makes you aware of every movement, every breath, every thought. Time begins to feel different here, slower, heavier. Moments stretch longer, and for a brief time, you forget everything outside. But there is something even more fascinating. These glowworms are not permanent. They are not a final form. They are larvae, an early stage in the life of a small insect. Eventually, they will grow, transform, lose their glow, and leave the cave, becoming adult flies that live only a few days. Their entire purpose is to reproduce, to begin the cycle again, which means the galaxy above you is constantly changing. New lights appear, old ones disappear, A living system, always shifting, always evolving. What looks permanent is actually temporary. And that makes it even more extraordinary, because you are not just seeing a place, you are seeing a moment in a cycle that has been repeating for thousands of years and will continue long after you leave. Standing in that darkness, looking up at those lights, one realization becomes impossible to ignore. The world is far more complex than we think. Because beneath the surface, hidden from view, there are entire ecosystems that operate in complete isolation. Worlds that do not depend on sunlight. Worlds that follow different rules. Worlds that exist quietly, without being seen. The Waitomo Glowworm Caves are not just a natural wonder. They are a reminder that beauty can exist in darkness, that life can adapt to even the most unlikely environments, and that sometimes the most breathtaking things on Earth are the ones hidden where we least expect them. A galaxy, alive, beneath our feet. But there's another layer to this place that most people never think about. Competition, because not all glowworms survive. The cave ceiling may look full of light, but space is limited. Each glowworm needs its own area to hang its threads, to catch prey, to survive. And when too many gather in one place, something changes. They begin to compete. Some glow brighter than others, not by chance, but by hunger. The hungrier a glowworm is, the brighter it shines, because a stronger light attracts more insects. More insects mean more food, and more food means survival. So the brightest lights you see are often the most desperate, the ones that need to feed the most. It turns the entire cave ceiling into something else. Not just a galaxy, but a battlefield, a silent competition of light and hunger. And then there's another detail that makes the system even more unsettling. Glowworms don't just catch insects. Sometimes they catch each other. If a glowworm falls from the ceiling or gets too close to another's threads, it can become trapped, consumed by its own kind. Cannibalism. A survival mechanism in a place where resources are limited, which means this glowing sky is not just a system of hunting. It's a system of survival at every level. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is guaranteed. Even the smallest mistake can be fatal. And yet, the system continues, perfectly balanced, quietly efficient. But the environment itself is also fragile. The glowworms depend on darkness, complete darkness. Even small changes in light can disrupt their behavior. Too much light, and they stop glowing, stop hunting, stop functioning, which means human activity must be carefully controlled. Tourism is limited. Artificial lights are minimized, because even a small disruption can affect the entire ecosystem. It's a delicate balance, a world that exists only under very specific conditions, and that makes it rare. But there's something even more fascinating: sound, or rather, the absence of it. Inside the cave, sound behaves differently. It doesn't travel the same way. It feels softer, distant, almost absorbed by the space itself. Even whispers seem quieter. And when everything goes silent, you become aware of something else. Your own presence, your breathing, your movement. In a place like this, you are not the center. You are the outsider, a visitor, in a system that doesn't need you. And that realization changes the experience, because the cave doesn't react to you. It doesn't acknowledge you. It simply continues. The glowworms keep glowing. The water keeps moving. The darkness remains unchanged. It's a rare feeling to be somewhere that exists completely without human influence. And that's what makes this place so powerful. Because it reminds us how small we are, how temporary, and how much of this planet still operates beyond our control. And then there's the final thought. If something like this exists, beneath our feet, hidden, silent, alive, how many other places like this are there? How many ecosystems are still undiscovered? How many forms of life exist in environments we haven't explored? Because the deeper we look into Earth, the more we realize something. We don't fully understand it, not even close. The Waitomo Glowworm Caves are not just a place of beauty. They are a reminder of how much we still have to learn. A reminder that even in complete darkness, life finds a way. And sometimes it creates something that looks like the stars, not in the sky, but beneath our feet, alive, watching, waiting, and continuing long after we leave.